Hello and welcome to this episode of Peak Life. Today we're breaking down some of those more confusing financial reports with a new addition to the city's repertoire with the popular annual financial report. And here to talk about that with us is Laura Fitzpatrick, Deputy City Manager. Thank you so much for being here, Laura.
Thank you for having me.
So the city has a lot of complicated reports, and financial reports, maybe it's just for me because I'm not a math person, but they are the most complicated. However, it's really important that everyone in the city, whether it be a resident or a business owner, you understand where all this money is going. So you came up with, a big team came up with the PAFR, the popular annual financial report. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes, so the PAFR is a communications tool, and its intended audience is the citizen. What the PAFR consists of is financial information from the annual comprehensive financial report, which is a much more technical document that is presented to the City Council every November or December by the Chief Financial Officer. And that document is very dense and is over 300 pages in length. I've got it here.
It's huge.
It's very heavy and large. The popular annual financial report is a fraction of the size of the ACFR, weighing in at just 12 pages. And its intent is to present select financial information about the city, packaged with other information that would be of interest to the general public.
So we get a really good picture with the popular annual financial report of not just what the city is, some statistics and interesting tidbits about the city, but also kind of like how we're doing, right?
Yes.
In relation to also the budget?
Yes, exactly. The PAFR contains information about the city's financial performance from the reporting period that just ended. That would be fiscal year 2022, which concluded on June 30th of last year. The financial information shows how the city performed relative to what was budgeted, and also provides good information about the fiscal health of the city.
So a lot of this is really a nod towards our desire to be as transparent as possible to the public, right? Kind of making these things, decoding all of the governmentese and the accounting language to making it a lot more digestible to the average person.
Yes, transparency is critical to everything that we do in city government. And part of that also is being accountable to the citizens on how their tax dollars are spent. Accountability, as we all know, is at the heart of financial reporting.
Yeah, and the way I like to think about it, these are actually very real life things if we want to think of it from a personal standpoint. So like I create my budget for the year. I hope to spend XYZ on housing, on food, on that sort of stuff. So that's the budget. But the cool part about this is it really is a look backwards. It's like if I were to say, okay, let me pull out the budget I made last year and take a look at what I actually spent to kind of give myself a report card. That's basically what we're doing here, kind of that look back.
Yes, a key part of financial management of any entity, be it public or private sector, is looking at how you performed against your plan or against the adopted budget. In the public sector, the stakes are even higher for that, because unlike in the business world, the budget is a legally adopted document with spending limits. So the annual comprehensive financial report and then the much shorter popular annual financial report includes information about how the city performed against its spending plan, against the budget.
And there's a piece of this that is kind of us selling the city to a lot of outside groups, whether it be trying to attract businesses to come here to show them that we are a financially stable city, or even and this part can be so confusing, but if we need to sort of like apply for loans, like with the crediting agencies, at least the annual comprehensive financial report helps a lot towards that, right?
Yes. So credit rating agencies are a really important audience in the financial management of the city. And as you mentioned, the annual comprehensive financial report, the longer technical document, one of the main audiences for that document are the credit rating agencies. And then in the PAFR, the shorter document, we use that as more of a communication tool for prospective employees of the city, prospective businesses. Of course, the primary audience, as I said, is the general public and the citizens of the city. One thing that's interesting about working in city government is we really don't want citizens to have to think about how the services are provided. We just want them to be able to drive on the roads as they conduct their lives and turn on the water and flush the toilet and have everything work. But a neat feature of the PAFR is citizens can learn more about the ins and outs, about what goes into city government and city services. And unlike the ACFR, which is really the longer document, which is really focused on the financial statements, which are audited by an external auditor, the PAFR packages some of that information in a way that tells the story of city government and helps educate anyone who is interested in learning more about their city government.
That's great. We're at least providing everybody with easier to read opportunities. The other large financial document, the budget, we're also, while we haven't quite gotten that down to the size of the PAFR, it's being made to be much more easily read. So all of this as part of our movement towards more transparency and really better education for our community.
Yes, and it's worth noting that the budget document, the annual comprehensive financial report, and also the popular annual financial report are all documents that are available on the city website, and you can view those by visiting the budget department webpage, the finance department webpage, and the PAFR can also be found on the city manager's office webpage. And if you simply just Google Chesapeake PAFR, that will also pop up.
Great. We've got physical copies at community centers. So
yes.
Libraries also, we want, if you want to read it, we want to get it to you. So
yes.
Laura, do we forget anything? I think we
if anyone would like a hard copy of the popular annual financial report and you haven't been able to get a copy at a city facility, you can contact the city manager's office and we would be happy to mail a copy to anyone that wants a paper copy. I know that I like paper even though we're in this digital age. So
yeah, wonderful. Awesome. Laura Fitzpatrick, thank you so much for helping kind of break down this more complicated city government stuff.
Thank you.
That does it for this episode of Peak Life. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.